guys, JJ here, and I recently got a look at brand new gameplay from the upcoming Resident Evil 9 Requiem, featuring the large pursuer monster, the Sanitarium location, key items, the first and third person gameplay, and much more. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Resident Evil 9 Requiem is just around the corner, and the demo is slowly rolling out to the public with play sessions at Gamescom and PAX West, with a very likely public release shortly after. The full hands-on demo opens with Grace strapped to a gurney inside a sanitarium. The first thing that stands out is the level of detail in Grace's face and hair. You can actually see her head red and irritated from being hung upside down, and the strands of hair look incredibly lifelike. Capcom spent a big chunk of their developer message talking about the hair, and honestly, I can see why. After freeing herself from the gurney, she quickly gathers her bearings. It's revealed that they were draining her blood, and she's already lost quite a bit of it. Something I noticed when comparing the third person and first person gameplay is that they actually feel a little different. In third person, Grace stumbles around as she's running from the monster. She'll even fall to the ground occasionally while being stalked. To balance this, the creature moves slower and doesn't attack quite as aggressively. In first person, Grace doesn't fumble at all, likely to avoid motion sickness. But the trade-off is the creature is much more relentless, keeping the pressure on the player. Speaking of the creature, this thing is terrifying. It feels like a twisted hybrid of the giant baby from Donna Beneviento's section of Resident Evil Village. Some people are speculating it could be Lisa Trevor, but personally I don't think that's the case. This section doesn't seem to take place in or around Raccoon City. I've floated around the theory that it could actually be an infected version of Alyssa Ashcroft. Looking closer at the gameplay, the monster clearly has Alyssa's light blonde hair. How dark would it be if Grace, believing her mother has been dead all these years, discovers she's actually been experimented on and turned into this creature and is now forced to kill her? The monster itself is massive, around 10 feet with pale blonde hair, bulging blind eyes, likely relying on sound like the Lickers, and a long medical gown. Its legs are bent and goat-like in shape, but instead of hooves, it has large human feet, making its movements all the more unsettling. What makes this pursuer so effective is how unpredictably she stalks Grace. At times she's silent, and at other times she's violently aggressive. For example, when Grace enters the fuse room, the monster suddenly slides down from the ceiling through a hole, creating a very tense jump scare. She can smash through walls, similar to Mr. X or Jack Baker from Resident Evil 7, and when she attacks, she either bites into Grace's shoulder or hurdles her straight through a wall. The game also punishes predictable hiding. If you try to hide in the same spot too often, she'll eventually find you, as shown in one clip where she destroys the table Grace is hiding under. And there are even more subtle moments, like in this third-person footage where we can see her silently stalking just outside the room, keeping the player on edge at all times. The Sanitarium location itself looks like an old building that is still eerily well maintained. It's tough to place exactly where this section fits into the full game, but my guess is that it's early on, more of an opening set piece to establish the tone. This area is heavily focused on being pursued and not combat, similar to Outlast or Alien Isolation. From clips and other gameplay and concept art, we know Grace will eventually have a gun, so I'd guess this section is more of an opening designed to set the tone. The rest of the game will likely play closer to what we've seen in the other RE Engine titles. In particular, it feels very reminiscent of Resident Evil 7, which makes sense since Koshi Nakanishi, the director of Resident Evil 7, is also leading Requiem. Even without combat against the creature, the demo's gameplay loop feels very similar to longtime Resident Evil fans. The main objective here is restoring the power to the sanitarium, but to do that you'll need to track down key items. You'll be searching for things like keys to unlock doors, a screwdriver to access the fuse, and of course healing items. Instead of traditional first aid spray cans, you'll find injectors, while herbs return, but now only to restore a small portion of health, just like they did in previous games. Glass bottles from Resident Evil 7 are also back, but this time they're empty and serve as a distraction tool to draw the creature's attention away while you sneak around. You can still throw them at her though. Another interesting discovery is an empty ink ribbon case. It's safe to assume this will be functional when the final game is released, and you'll have a save system similar to classic Resident Evil games. Overall, this demo sets the tone of what Capcom is aiming for with Requiem. The constant tension of being hunted while you're forced to explore, solve puzzles, and push forward through a beautifully detailed and ominous sanitarium. Grace feels similar to Ethan in the sense that she's an ordinary person thrown into an unimaginable nightmare, but with the difference that she shows more personality in her reactions and presence, something that really stands out in the gameplay. I'm very much looking forward to the full game when it releases, and I can't wait to go hands-on with the demo myself later this week at Gamescom. I'll have another video coming soon with my full thoughts on the gameplay, so stay tuned for that. We will keep you updated on all the latest Resident Evil 9 news, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe. But now, I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think of the gameplay we discussed? What are your thoughts on Alyssa Ashcroft potentially being the large infected pursuer? And are you excited for Resident Evil 9? Let us know down below in the comments and let's have a discussion about it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and for all the latest Resident Evil 9 Requiem news, make sure to subscribe. The Residents of Evil is a Patreon supported channel and also supported by our YouTube members. So if you'd like to become a member and unlock access to custom badges, emojis, and exclusive live streams, click that join button down below. You can join our survival horror community on Discord, link will be in the description. And I have the Duke here to tell you a little about our sponsor, G Fuel.
Do you have need of anything for the road ahead? The Residents of Evil has expanded its services. Perhaps you're in need of a little pick-me-up. I recommend the G Fuel. You can even get a fair discount if you use the code ROE upon purchase. And as always, we thank you for your patronage, stranger.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you back at the Residents of Evil.